Well, good morning, everyone. Thanks for making it over to our YouTube channel. I came across this photo online. I thought it was comical, so I thought I would throw it into the presentation here. Obviously, this video is about fire lanes, not about this type of incident necessarily, but we get a lot of calls about fire lanes, a lot of questions about fire lanes. This video in particular is more along the lines of how to apply them during construction to answer questions for contractors as they're building their project. Fire lanes may have been called out or will be called out on the site development permit, civil drawings. How do I apply that information? In the Bremerton Municipal Code, there are certain details, but it doesn't go far enough to explain actually how to paint the particular fire lanes on the asphalt. So this video is to bridge that gap. These are more along the lines of the fire lanes that we're talking about. This particular design does not conform to City of Bremerton requirements. However, it looks sharp, but we're going to go through the specifics of how to apply City of Bremerton provisions. Fire lanes for the City of Bremerton are located in the Bremerton Municipal Code, specifically Title 18, more specifically Title 1802, Section 503. You can scroll down, it's about in the middle of the document. There are actually three types of fire lanes, type 1, type 2, type 3. They escalate in nature, so a type 2 fire lane includes the provisions for type 1 and type 2, where type 1 is just what we see here, it's just these four items. We almost never actually require a type 3 fire lane, which would include type 1, type 2, and type 3. Type 2 seems adequate. More often, it's a mixture of type 1 and type 2. We're going to go over each of these provisions and then illustrate how to specifically apply them. So provision number 1 here is really just we're going to paint the curb red. So red traffic paint, 6-inch wide, front and top. We're painting the curb red. If we have a different type of curb, a rolled curb, we're going to paint that part red. Nothing crazy complicated about this. If you have a lane without a curb, we're painting the edge of the asphalt red. Pretty simple. And that extends the length of the designated curb. And again, you'll find that information in your civil drawings, your site development permit. After the painting of the red curb is done, then this is a big part of it. The words "no parking fire lane" shall be in 3-inch stroke with 18-inch high letters placed 8 inches off the red curb, so measured perpendicular off of that red curb. You have this big "no parking fire lane" painted in white letters, big 18-inch tall letters right there on the asphalt. Now, when you take this "no parking fire lane" and if you paint it like it's described here, 3-inch stroke, 18-inch letters, this distance basically is 25 feet, plus or minus. We're not going to get too technical about it, but overall, typically this is about 25 feet. So that's something to put in your pocket for actually painting these fire lanes. The type 2 fire lanes really are just signs. They're the addition of metal signs that are placed every specified distance. In addition to the painting on the ground, these signs are placed on posts as designated by the fire code official. So how do you take this and actually apply it? Where do I put all of this? So we know that this is a 25-foot distance. Okay. Now we've got a certain length of curb that we need to paint. So we're going to do some examples here. This is actually directly off of the site development permit for the Amazon building. As of the recording of this video, this is one of the things that came up, and they were asking about this. So I figured we just got our YouTube channel set up. We're going to do a video on it. So we're going to use these two areas highlighted here, one in the circle and then one in the long rectangle, as examples of how to apply the fire lane provisions. So I've gone ahead and done the process here, and we're just going to walk through it. Ultimately, you take and from your civil drawings, wherever I have designated as being fire lanes, Ultimately, what you're going to do is you're going to measure this. So in this case, you measured, I already placed the red stripe here. So measure this distance with your wheel or however you're going to do it. In this case, it's 47 feet. Divide that 47 feet by 75. This is just a value that I calculated in order to make this system work. You get 0.626. We're going to round that value up. We get 1. That means take one fire lane or a no parking fire lane and evenly place it in the middle of this 47-foot long strip. Just use some good field judgment. Put it right there. No parking fire lane. Space it right in the middle. You have one that you need to use. Put it in the middle. Make it look sharp. Okay, so another example here down at the bottom. This strip is 317 feet long. We're going to apply the same rule, 75. We get 4.22, round up to 5, and that means take 5 no parking fire lanes and evenly distribute them along that 317-foot length of the area that's been designated as no parking fire lane, and that's how we're going to apply them. The rest of the details are included in the municipal code. We know that these letters are 18 inches tall, and we know that they have a 3-inch stroke, and they'll be in white letters. In this particular case, because we're doing it on a video, I placed the letters in black because it shows up better on this gray background. The white was difficult to see. But we're going to need to use a little creativity and just know that these letters are actually in white following the Bremerton Municipal Code. Here it's just for illustrative purposes to be able to see it in the video. Now, what if we have the same, what if this other side was designated as no parking as well? We're going to allow the contractor to make some field judgments. It wouldn't be unreasonable to apply them offset or some staggered system here. You could put them here. And then that ends up leaving the question of, well, we've only applied 4 in this example on this video. Maybe in reality they could have squeezed in another one. In either case, we're gonna allow it. Let the contractor make some judgments. If they're still uncertain, I suppose they could give us a shout. But we're gonna be pretty open-minded about it. So we'll just take that on a case-by-case basis. But then the next question is, where do we apply the signs? Well, we're just going to go right in the middle of those locations, or in the ends of those locations. So here in this top example, we're going to apply a sign here at the top of the red stripe, here at the bottom of the red stripe. So we've got 2 signs there. And then you can see we've got the black dots illustrating where the signs go, both at the front and the back, evenly distributed throughout that length. And then, of course, depending on what the contractor decides to do along the other edge of the fire access road, they could stagger them or they could line them up, whatever looks the best. Ultimately, we want to make this aesthetically pleasing as much as possible. It's somewhat of a necessary evil. So that's how we're going to apply fire lanes. Everything else should be included in the Bremerton Municipal Code as far as the details of when and where, including the information on the site development permit. So that should do it. Here's my contact information. If you have any questions, give me a shout. Thanks for watching.